Just when I thought I had seen it all in the tax world, a wild situation pops up that catches even me by surprise. Apparently, an OnlyFans model in the UK named Rebecca Goodwin has successfully claimed a tax deduction with British HM Revenue and Customs tax authorities for her breast implants. Goodwin, who is from Chesterfield, England, claimed that her breast augmentation surgery was a valid business expense, and it appears that the British authorities agree. Now, Goodwin turned to creating content on OnlyFans to help provide for her two daughters. Prior to joining the OnlyFans platform, she was struggling to make ends meet and was dependent on food stamps to get food for her children and for herself. She couldn't even afford baby formula for her newborn daughter. However, her life changed dramatically when she decided to try her luck on OnlyFans a few years ago. In her first 10 days on the platform, she made $2,000, and this changed her financial situation dramatically and provided a new source of income for her family. But ever since her debut on OnlyFans, she has been working hard to try to improve her business and earn as much money as humanly possible on the platform. At one point, she decided that getting breast implants could potentially help her to bring in more revenue, so she moved forward with it. The decision paid off, and in the first month after she debuted her new enhancements to her audience, her income nearly tripled from roughly $12,000 per month to $36,000 per month. Now, Goodwin is currently earning roughly $100,000 a month on OnlyFans, guys. So let's talk about how she got creative with her taxes. Once Goodwin started earning big money with her content creation business, she started thinking about how she could minimize her tax obligations. She began working with a chartered certified tax professional in the UK named Rachel Martin, who runs a practice with her husband, James. Rachel Martin and Rebecca Goodwin came up with the idea to deduct the expenses Goodwin paid for her breast augmentation surgery. After all, breast augmentation surgeries are not cheap. In fact, they range from $4,000 upwards to $20,000. This was the first known case in British history that a content creator had tried to deduct breast implants as a business expense. As one might have predicted, this case has been drawing quite a lot of attention ever since it was reported on by the BBC. However, Goodwin's tax professional, Rachel Martin, felt confident that the deduction would be approved by the British tax authorities. This is because she believed that Goodwin spending money to improve her appearance could help her earn more money. And in the end, she was right. Goodwin ended up earning significantly more money after the surgery, and the British tax authorities approved the tax deduction. Now, Goodwin claims that she would not have gone through with this surgery if she wasn't doing OnlyFans modeling. She only did it because she felt that she had to live up to the beauty standards of her clientele. This claim further helped to justify the breast augmentation surgery as a business expense, because in British law, actors and entertainers are allowed to deduct certain cosmetic expenses that they make to help them enhance their earnings as long as the expenses do not have personal, non-business benefits. Now, apparently breast implants for OnlyFans creators now fits in the criteria in England, although some people might argue that at least some women benefit on a personal and non-business level from breast augmentation surgery. So what's going to happen next? After successfully deducting an expensive breast augmentation surgery, Rebecca Goodwin continues to work as an OnlyFans model today. Because her business is so successful, she's been able to buy a 4-bedroom house for herself and her children in straight cash. Now, does that make the best sense to buy a property in straight cash? We can talk about that for a later time. But at first, she thought she would apply for a mortgage to buy the house. However, she had a very poor credit score and believed that lenders wouldn't approve her application because her career wasn't considered stable enough. So in the end, she just saved up for 6 months and bought the entire house with a lump sum. Now, Goodwin has plans to buy 8 properties and rent them out to low-income families at a reduced rental price. This will not only allow her to create a new source of revenue for herself, but also give her an opportunity to help provide some assistance for people who are in need, aka providing affordable housing. It is likely that Goodwin has a great deal of compassion for people who are going through serious financial struggles, like the one that she was going through a couple years ago. And when you think about it, she's now choosing to focus on rental real estate as a business. Hopefully, she'll be able to provide some valuable assistance to some people who are in difficult situations like she was. But the question is will the breast implants become a common deduction moving forward? Ever since Rebecca Goodwin successfully wrote off her breast augmentation surgery as a business expense, many people have been wondering whether or not this will become a common tax deduction. After all, in the past few years, the OnlyFans platform has exploded in popularity. So there are many more women who are making a living from content creation from this site. It is likely that at least some of these women will follow in Goodwin's footsteps and try to increase their revenue on the platform through strategies like the breast augmentation surgery. OnlyFans was created in July of 2016, and it has grown exponentially since its inception. Currently, OnlyFans has over 170 million users and 1.5 million content creators. Roughly 70% of the content creators on OnlyFans are female, and women earn roughly 78% more than male counterparts on average on the platform. Because there are so many people now using the OnlyFans platform to generate income, it's possible that the tax authorities around the world could start to provide further clarity about how breast implants and breast augmentation surgeries are treated for tax purposes when creators get them done to boost their income. Right now, in many areas, it appears to be a bit of a gray zone. However, breast implants being approved by British tax authorities as a tax-deductible business expense could help to set up a precedent. In the United States, the IRS classifies business expenses as ordinary and necessary costs incurred to operate your business. Many would argue that breast enlargements would fall under this category for OnlyFans models. And generally speaking, the IRS does not allow deductions for cosmetic surgery. However, there are a few instances where the IRS has actually already allowed people to deduct the cost of breast augmentation surgery. For example, in 1994, an exotic dancer from Fort Wayne, Indiana, who went by the stage name of Chesty Love, also received a tax deduction for her breast augmentation. So there is at least one historical precedent in the United States history where the IRS has granted tax deductions for cosmetic breast augmentation surgeries done for business purposes. But this does not mean that everyone who has OnlyFans accounts will be able to automatically deduct their breast implant surgeries. Due to the ever-increasing amount of adult content creators on platforms like OnlyFans, it's possible that the IRS could come out and provide either some new clarification about breast augmentation deductions or perhaps even some new rules. But for now, if you are an OnlyFans model or an exotic dancer, you should not assume that the IRS will automatically approve these deductions. Well, that's it for today's video, guys. We have some very interesting tax deductions being claimed in the UK. I would not be surprised if more and more people start trying to claim breast augmentation surgeries as a business expense around the world, especially since it went through in the case of Rebecca Goodwin, and since the surgery seems to improve her sales by a substantial amount. Now, if you're having questions about deductions for your business, then feel free to get in touch with my company today. We can help determine which deductions you're eligible to take on your tax returns. You can find a link in the description below in this video to schedule a consultation with my team. You can also find a link in the description to my tax alchemy course. In this course, I teach you how to start using the same strategies used by the top 1% in order to leverage the tax code to legally minimize your tax burdens. So feel free to check that out as well. Thanks for watching this video, guys. As always, I want to say thank you to those who have liked and commented and subscribed. If you haven't already done so, that would be a great help to this channel. And I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Cheers.